We are talking Ohio sales tax holiday. It kicks off today, runs through Sunday. It's a little different than years past. There are some exemptions.
Absolutely. So, a lot of you guys are getting ready to take the kids back to school. Right. They need shoes, school supplies, things like that. But they're having some changes to certain items and what the exemption applies to.
Right, because used to it was just about everything under $500.
Right. So now it's clothing priced at $75 or less is a tax exemption. School supplies priced at $20 or less, and then school instructional materials priced at $20 or less. So our reporter, Amy Steigerwald, she was out at Myers today. She was up at the Myers at Polaris, right?
Yep.
Up in Polaris, and she was looking at prices of backpacks, kind of comparing to see what families can save.
Right, because
this
some
year.
retailers are marking down the price to get below that threshold.
Right, exactly.
I made my photographer, Tyler, and we went around the whole section. I put him to work this morning other than just holding the camera here. And we looked at all the prices to see if they were under that $20 category, which is what you need in order to qualify for the tax-free holiday this weekend. School supplies under $20. Clothing under $75. So we've got this backpack here. And you can see normally it is priced at $24.99, but many stores are stacking on other savings on top of it. I had to use a calculator. I wasn't about to do this math live on air because I am not good at math. 20% off of $24.99 does put it under that $20 category. So you can stack on many of those savings throughout the weekend. We've got our friend Matt here from Meijer. You guys have been traditionally, you say this is kind of a busy time for you. Sure. Obviously, the tax-free holiday looks a little different this year, but you're still expecting to see some shoppers.
Yeah, so customers certainly want to take advantage of the tax-free savings that they get. Like you mentioned, items under $20 for back-to-school supplies, $75 for apparel, and then of course we've got all the food items that we've got for make it a one-stop convenient shop for our customers.
Is there a certain item that you guys find parents really take advantage of throughout this tax-free weekend?
For sure, shoes are always a big draw. Everybody needs shoes to go back to school,
yeah.
So you gotta have the coolest shoes in class.
And I love shoes, so that tracks. And you guys also do something for teachers.
Yeah, so we have 15% off teachers discount. They just need to bring in their school ID up to our service desk. We can give them a coupon. We can do that as many times as they need throughout the school year.
Definitely want to snag that if you're a teacher. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Again, we do have more listed about the tax-free weekend at 10tv.com. Many stores are doing things like that. So they're trying to stack on different savings, whether it be for school supplies or those other items that we mentioned. So be sure to take advantage of that. Again, it runs through Sunday. We have more at 10tv.com. I'm going to send things back to you.
All right, so that being said, if you still have questions, to answer those questions for you, we bring in Tim Lynch from the Department of Taxation. Tim, thanks so much for coming in. Big weekend for this. Obviously, there are some changes this year. Why are these changes, why were these changes made? Why aren't they the same 2 weeks that we had in previous years?
Yeah, so a little different this year than the past 2 years. The sales tax holiday started in 2015 as the back-to-school sales tax holiday that we have this year. The General Assembly in 2023 passed legislation to have an expanded sales tax holiday for 2 years, which we had the last 2 years. And it reverted now back to the normal back-to-school sales tax holiday for this summer, which is, as you said earlier, $75. Items of clothing, $75 or less. School instructional materials, $20 or less. And school supplies, markers, notepads, pens, pencils, those types of things, $20 or less.
So our reporter, Amy, she was looking at the prices of backpacks, $24.99. Some of these items do go above that threshold of $20, and some stores like Meijer are trying to add on other savings so these families can, get the tax exemption. What are some of the misconceptions that you're seeing from parents and shoppers about this holiday this year?
I think the main one is people think that it is only at our brick and mortar stores. So if you prefer to go in, see the merchandise and purchase it there, take your kids, make an event of it, that's great. And that's great for businesses surrounding those places selling school supplies and clothing. But if you prefer to shop from your kitchen table or the comfort of your couch in your living room, you can also do that. It is past 12 a.m. and 3 a.m. on the West Coast because it is dependent upon the time of the retailer if you are purchasing online, but I think we're past 3 a.m. Eastern time, where it would be midnight out on the West Coast if you were buying from a retailer out there.
Right, and sales is being sales tax exemption. This is taken off at the register, not something that you got to keep all the receipts and then doing your taxes at the end of the year, right?
That is correct. Yeah, the retailer's point of sale system should have that programmed already. If you believe you were charged sales tax on something that should have been exempt, you can go onto our website, tax.ohio.gov. We have sales tax holiday featured prominently at the top of our page on our banner. Any questions you can see there, or if you think, like I said, you were charged mistakenly, you can go and request a refund from the state there.
And for the families that are trying to really stretch their dollars this year, what kind of advice do you have for them before they head out shopping?
I shy away from giving the advice on that, but I would say, as the clip that played earlier, you should look and find retailers that are having sales, and on top of the sales, you will have, you will be exempt from sales tax. We're sitting here in Franklin County, so there's an 8% sales tax rate, and the Ohio Council of Retail Merchants had put out some data showing that families on average spend $900 a child for students between kindergarten and 12th grade each year. So if you round that up to $1,000, you're looking at saving $80 right off the top just on sales tax before you factor in any sales that retailers may be having at this time this weekend.
And for example, when it comes to that, like for school supplies, the $20 limit, is it $20 everything combined, or is it $20 per item?
That's a great question. It is per item. So total doesn't matter as long as each individual item is under that $20 for school supplies, or $75, clothing if you're buying new shoes, shirts, pants, any of that.
Okay, so
yeah, that's great to clarify.
right, if families are shopping
Right.
for multiple kids, you can buy 4 $20 backpacks, and they are all
Correct.
Okay, awesome. And so this year, laptops and other electronics are not included this year, correct?
Yeah,
Or are they?
that's correct.
Why is
I don't know
that?
if you're going to find a
Yeah.
laptop for under
$20,
20
I
bucks,
know. Yeah,
or if
yeah.
you want to buy one if you did.
But I felt it wasn't there. I mean, it was like $500 or less, right? That it was excluded.
Yeah, with the expanded sales tax holiday the last 2 years, it was pretty much all items $500 or less, outside of cars, alcohol, tobacco, those types of items. But we're back to the normal, back to school sales tax holiday this year. However, in June, a month and a half ago, the legislature did pass legislation to bring the expanded sales tax holiday back next summer, August of 2027.
And when it comes to using coupons, different perks, discounts that could drop obviously we saw that Myers, reducing those prices, but if you're using a coupon to drag that down and you get it below, does that still count? Like, will the point of sale know how to do that, or is that something that you might have to push further?
It should. Hoping that our retailers, they know how to program their point of sale systems. It should. If there is any question, like I said, your viewers and listeners should go tax.ohio.gov. We have a great FAQ that lays everything out, easy to understand for everyone. But yes, to answer your question directly, yes, it should be exempt.
Okay, and for anyone planning to shop this weekend, what are the 3 biggest things you want them to consider?
Ooh, 3 biggest things. I mean, have your child's school supply list ready. Stick to a budget, create a budget, stick to it. And then, when you save that money, you've got a little extra money in your pocket to maybe do something else with the kids on the weekend, have some fun.
All right.
Awesome.
Tim Lynch from the Ohio Department of Taxation, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.